CJ Flyer, back with the fire, another YouTube video here with the very first tutorial for College Football 25 on this YouTube channel. The game's been out for a couple weeks now. I've had my hands on it for a little bit here, dabbled in some of the game modes, and I'm finally ready to make some tutorials for you guys. Some of them, of course, are going to be more simplistic, such as today's videos, and others will dive into some deeper details. But for now, today's video, we're going to be talking about the achievement that's on PlayStation and Xbox involving getting an upset win in the Road to the College Football Playoffs mode, aka the online ranked match mode. Just a little bit of a rebranding. It's just online ranked match. Let's call it what it is. So yes, how to get an upset win easily, or the easiest way to get an upset win in College Football 25. So when you go into College Football 25, into the Road to the College Football Playoffs mode, you see you got the 3 tiers of teams, and we're currently recording this on August 5th. EA Sports has said that throughout the course of the season, player ratings will update, and I'm assuming with that, team tiers will also be updating and fluctuating throughout the season as upsets happen, as teams move up and down the rankings. But as it stands right now, Tier 3, it's got teams like my favorite team, the Purdue Boilermakers there. You got Tier 2, you got teams that are ranging in mostly around the 84 to 89 range overall, with one really low-rated Tier 2 team in Air Force at a 73 overall. My understanding is that these tiers, I think they're just more set based on like the real-life rankings, because otherwise it's really, I don't know about you guys, it's not really making much sense in my head why Air Force is not a Tier 3 team instead of a Tier 2 based on the ratings in the game, but that is just how EA has set it up. So, easiest way to get an upset, I would say, is to use a Tier 3 team and set your settings before going into matchmaking to be matched up with a Tier 2 team. Now, the reason I don't suggest a Tier 2 matching up against a Tier 1 is because pretty much all the Tier 1 teams in the game are rated at a 89 overall or higher. There are no Tier 1 teams that rank lower on the totem pole, so to speak. And most of the players that are using Tier 1 teams are the good players, like pro players in this game, or players that play this game quite often. So if you are a casual player trying to get this achievement, highly recommend that you use a Tier 3 team instead to play up against a Tier 2 team. And the reason why I say this, there are 2 Tier 3 teams that are rated very highly. In fact, they're rated higher than a number of Tier 2 teams. And that would be Texas Tech at an 85 overall and UCF at an 84 overall. And with that, you'll see here, I got a couple examples. It did take me 2 tries to get this. I'm not that great of a player myself, but I used Texas Tech. Lost this first game against Tennessee, but was able to win the second one matched up against Kansas State. Both those games, the teams are fairly evenly matched, so to speak, as far as the player ratings. And so it makes it a lot easier of a time to get an upset win, so to speak, in College Football 25. That's what qualifies as an upset win, using a lower tier team matched up against a higher tier team and getting the win. So that is my recommendation to those of you as the easiest way to get it, just generally speaking, without going into specific gameplay tips or tricks. Just, from a big picture standpoint, use a Tier 3 team like Texas Tech or UCF against a Tier 2 team because you are more than likely going to get at least a similar matchup, if not a favorable matchup, in which you actually have a higher rated team. So definitely give that a try if you are struggling to get that achievement. Let me know which teams you've been using in Road to College Football Playoffs in the comments down below, and click the video on your screen now for more College Football 25 content.